Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another vlog. We are picking this one up really exactly where the last one left off again. We're just not slowing down. There's too much to film. I don't have my vlog sticky thing, so I'm just using my hand. Sorry. So I just wanted to show you my little morning routine. Every morning, usually at 6 or 6:30. Today at 7 because we stayed up really late working on receipts and stuff, getting everything caught up. I still have a massive stack of receipts to get into our folder and organized and everything. But I had to give up at about 10:30. I was so tired. So anyway, I got up at 7. And Vincent always brings me a little coffee. I literally drink like half a cup because I can't drink very much coffee, but I like some coffee. It really does help me wake up. Hey, Vincent's waiting for me to come outside, and also my battery's about to die, so I gotta change that out too.
Oh no!
But I'm wearing shorts from Recycle Co. It's literally like 4 thrift store shirts put together. They're great. Okay, so I grabbed that. I have my Tiva's already outside because it was raining yesterday. I grabbed my watch. I grabbed my water. And I grabbed my planner and my notebook, and we take all of this out to the studio so that we can start working. Okay, I got my vlog stick, much better. And then I come out here to the studio, which is extra messy right now because it rained all evening last night, so we had to bring like everything inside. We just tossed it on this table. But yeah, this is where most of the work happens, and where we have all of our stores. Let's see, where's our water tanks? Oh gosh. This is spraying bug spray on me and I didn't realize what was happening. Thanks, hon. The mosquitoes are insane.
Hold your breath.
And on the front of this leg. And my feet. They get my feet so bad. Thank you. And the side of my feet. Look, I have bug bites all over the sides because that's the part I didn't get. Yeah. You have the candle going?
Yep.
Cool.
I'm even tempted to get the bug zapper already.
We got bug spray. We got citronella candles. We got a bug zapper. We were dying with mosquitoes.
Hey, do you want me to set that up right now?
Yeah, that'd be great. Let's do it. We also got an awning, which we couldn't set up yesterday because of the rain. Anyway, yeah, this is where we keep all of our storage. We have our water tanks back there. We have our new toilet right there. We got that yesterday. This is where we keep everything out of the heat and out of the rain and everything. And then we have our van outside. And that's how we've been working. It's been working real good. We're so grateful to have this space because we could not build this van without it. So this is our building spot over here.
Look,
We just have a piece of plywood set up.
Got 2 babies now there.
Babies? Hi, honeys. Hi. And our neighborhood little feral kittens. I know, are you hungry? I'll feed you later. You're not so sure about it? Okay,
It's
so
all you think about, huh?
let's get caught up on what's going on today. I have to go with my mom and my grandma to celebrate my grandma's birthday at this like antique place, and we're having lunch and stuff, like a girls' day. And that means that I don't have as much time this morning to work on the van. I will probably have time this evening, but it's just like it's almost not worth my time. So I'm just gonna show you what Vincent's gonna be working on while I'm gone, and then when I get back we'll be able to do more stuff. So this is where we're at right now. We've got both of our fans installed and totally sealed. We've tested them. They survived the rain last night, so that's great. No leaks. After that one little leak that we had, got it fixed. I've got insulation on all of these parts of the walls that we don't need to worry about. I did not insulate these parts yet because we're going to put windows and little like insets, and we have to finalize where we're going to put all that stuff before we insulate anything, so I'm waiting on that. We have 2 more boxes of wool, basically full boxes of wool, for the ceiling, for the floor, and for the rest of the walls. We might need to use some foam board to fill in some of these spots, which is fine. We can do that, you know, in some of the spots where our feet are not going to be. And we've got our grid done. Look how warped that one corner is. Let's hope glue and plywood will smoosh that down. But yeah, we've got our grid for our subfloor done. We're going to be gluing it to the floor probably like today. And then we just need to cut out our plywood subfloor, and then we will no longer be walking on a bare steel floor, which is very cool. So that's the first thing that we actually really want to get done. We figured out where we want some pipes to run, and that is the only thing that's going to be underneath the floor. Everything else can just be filled in with insulation. So easy, awesome. So excited about that. And let's see. So the other things that we need to get started on are like our electrics. We've got, you know, our fans installed, and we're waiting on a couple more brackets that we need to install our solar panels, which is another reason we don't have the insulation on the roof yet, because we need to install our solar panels first, and then we can insulate where those screws are without, you know, want to make sure there's no leaks and stuff before we like cover them up with wool. So that's kind of the next step really, is like starting electrics, finishing the subfloor and solar panels, and then we can move forward with finalizing design and cutting holes for windows and all of that kind of stuff. So we're kind of at a standstill and really until solar panels get done. I don't know if any of that made sense, but it's because there's so many multiple projects that we work on at the same time. That's just the nature of it. You know, it's not ever going to be something where it's like check, 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 check. It's like check, 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 check as we go. So that's kind of where we're at. I am so happy with the progress of our first week with the van. I think it's pretty dang good. Did we get it last Friday? Is that when we got this van? It is.
Yes, it was.
It's been a week, and look how much we've done. Here's the awning I just bought. We're setting it up so that we can have some shade, because we need it. It's so hot. Once it hits about 9 a.m., it's like unworkable without any shade. So I got this awning. It's about $100 on Amazon. Had really good reviews. We'll see. It's from Eagle Peak. If we like it, we'll see if we can find a spot for it in the van and have it for camping and stuff. That's what I'm trying to do with everything that we buy, is like have it be multi-purpose, multi-use for van life also. Hello, okay, I'm back from antiquing. I didn't get anything super exciting that I can show you right at the moment. I did get a piece, or a I can't talk. A cup and saucer set that matches the one that I previously, or the 4 plates that I previously had hanging on my kitchen wall in New York. They were like antique Arizona cactus plates that my mom had found, and I found a cup and saucer set that matches, so I'm happy to start collecting those for fun, because it does sound like fun. In other news, let's see. Oh, I also got a set of a whole bunch of silverware, mismatched. I just figured like less silverware that's mismatched, so we don't have to feel bad if it fails or disappears. We can easily replace it, and it's cheap. It was a smart idea. So I got some of that. They're pretty, they're fun. I think it'll go with our kind of eclectic vibe in our van. And when I also got Dixie Belle slick stick that will be used to paint our refrigerator later. So cool. Hey, look, we have a friend. Hey, bud. Yeah. He already fed you today, so what are you whining about? So the rest of today is going to be spent actually getting our plywood for our subfloor figured out. Vincent got our cinder blocks out of here, and now we officially have our grid, which is cool. What we need to do is put insulation in all of this, and then we can put plywood on top of it. And in order to put the plywood on top of it, I have to cut the plywood for that. So that'll kind of be the next thing on the list of things to do, is to get that cut. Should be good. Let's get going. Okay, friends. Tonight did not go as planned. We spent forever with my paper template. Vincent is seeing more people using cardboard templates. He's worried about my cuts. Frankly, I am too, just because it's really outside of my comfort range, and that paper is old and hard to work with, and that's my fault. So we just decided to call it quits. It's getting dark anyway, and we're just gonna keep getting more frustrated and more hungry and more tired and all the things. So it's better just to not. And to go and eat good food. We're gonna go to Texas Roadhouse, our old standby. We're gonna go eat good food, and we're gonna feel better.
Yeah.
And start fresh tomorrow morning.
One thing that I'm really proud of us about is us recognizing when we're having a hard time and we're on the edge of an argument. And so there's really something to be said about now. Just, you know, just knowing when to tap out. Which
Most
is
of the
probably
time
what
it's
you
not
just said.
us. Yeah, most of the time it's not either of us doing something wrong. It's just a situation. Like, we're both tired, we're both hungry, we're both hot and sweaty, things aren't going as planned, and none of that's our fault. So it's good not to take it out on each other and instead go eat good food. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And start fresh tomorrow morning. Good morning, guys. It's Sunday morning. It's kind of late in the day actually already. I'm already plenty sweaty. This morning we got all of our solar panels out, put them on the roof with the brackets, figured out that they would fit just like we wanted them to, and then we figured out how much cable we're gonna need to connect them all together and then connect them down into our electrical circuit beneath. So we're gonna order those cables today. Vince? Hey Vince, are those cables getting ordered on Amazon?
Most likely.
Okay, hopefully they'll only take a few days to get here. I was really hoping to get this project done.
Yeah, sorry for not explaining it well.
Yeah, without realizing that we don't have the cables we need, so we can't finish it. I was like, we're gonna have our solar panels on today. No, we're not. No, not for days. So instead, I am making a really janky scribing tool, and I am going to redo the template that I tried to do in paper, and it was like a total fail. We're starting fresh today, just like I said we would yesterday. We're doing it. So I taped 2 paint sticks together to make about a 1/4 inch thing, because we need to make sure that we have at least a 1/4 inch space between the plywood and the metal of our van, because nobody wants a squeaky floor, especially not metal on, or wood on metal. We don't want to be hearing that all the time when we're walking on our floor. So we need to have a little bit of space so that the plywood can move as we walk without hitting the van. And then I am taping a marker to another stick, and we're just gonna go bloop, doop, 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 and trace around. I'll show you how it works. I had to watch a YouTube video to figure it out after much arguing and frustration last night. So now I know what to do, and it'll be so much easier, and we got plenty of cardboard to work with. So hopefully this will be a success. We'll see how it goes. Hope for the best. Okay, so basically, from what I understand, what you do is you hold your scribing tool. Usually people use a compass. So this is the redneck method. You just hold it and you trace along here like this, and it basically like traces the shape onto here, and then you can cut it, and then it should fit right. It's like for spaces where you can't just doop doop, you know. The reason I need this 1/4 inch is so that I can hold this up and trace it with this as I go, to give an extra 1/4 inch of space, because that's what we need. So we're just gonna see how this goes. The thing that I have to make sure of, I'm saying it out loud right now so I remember, is I need to always keep the marker on the same side so that it actually is the shape that it needs to be, so it's consistent. Otherwise things are gonna get really weird. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if I can do it. Guys, this is really hard. Okay, let's see. Ta-da! Let's go cut this out and see if this will even work. There's a little bit more of a gap on these sides for whatever reason. That's not surprising, but I think that this will work pretty good as a method. The cool thing is I actually only need to do this like twice for that one over there. And then the hardest part will be the doors, but then it's just the tires, which are easy to cut around. Most of it's pretty simple. So, okay, first one down. Okay, we've got 2 sides done. Now I'm gonna try to tackle the wheel well. Okay, I got the wheel wells and the 2 notches in the walls, and now I need to do the back, the very back edge. The back edge, we're gonna need to do extra cutouts for pipes, but we also want to have the plywood go all the way to the edge because we're gonna like fill it in with a little plank along the edge later. Anyway, the edge is curved. So I was like, how do I do this? And I came up with this. So this way I can have this along the edge and I can just trace it onto cardboard and then cut off the extra bits. And I think that that'll work. Good morning, guys. It's Monday, about 7 a.m. We're just getting started. Just the teensiest bit late today. But we've both just been, is it locked? Do you have the keys?
No, I do not.
Oh, I gotta get the keys. Just kidding. We'll come back. Anyway, we got everything but the cords for the solar panels coming today. Vincent realized that he got the wrong ones at Home Depot. So we have to return those, which is fine because they were expensive. And he just ordered the right ones that are coming tomorrow. So our solar panels are pushed back yet again, which is very annoying. But what can you do? What we're going to be doing today is getting our subfloor down, hopefully. I need to finish this template. Then we got to put our insulation in, and then we can install our plywood subfloor. So that's what is on the menu for this morning. And after that, we can spend some time on the layout, like make sure that everything is the way that we want it, measure everything out. So I mean, there's plenty of things to do. It's just going to take, you know, a while to get solar panels in, which means you have to wait on insulation, which means it's going to be too hot in the van to work in the van in the middle of the day for a while, unfortunately. Okay, we got our cardboard template done. Now Vincent is figuring out a way to mark where we want to drill in plywood so that we can mark it on the plywood, because obviously you can't see all of these beams through the plywood while you're doing it. So that's been a fun thing to try to figure out, right?
I'm full MacGyvering this crap.
Yeah. I think we're both in a bad mood this morning too. Like, we're both tired, and it's just felt harder today. Which probably means we need to get a little more sleep and more patience. Right, hon?
Huh?
Never mind. Okay, we're back. It's later in the day, and we finished our template. We've got holes marking everywhere that screws can go. They're probably not 100% right, but like close enough. I think it'll be fine. And yeah, so I think that that looks pretty good. We are going to go ahead and get things cut now. The light is really weird today at the moment. Okay, we've got our plywood. It's underneath another one of those. That's just on the edge there, just helps support it. We have like another one under here, away from where we're gonna do any of the cuts. And here's the deal. This is 8 feet by 4 feet. The van is 68 inches, we'll probably go 69 inches, just be safe, along its biggest parts, which means that it's too big to, you know, do the template this way. The template has to go this way in like several parts. So we're gonna do the first part now, first 48 inches of it, and hope we don't mess up all of our measurements, because, you know, since it's kind of stopping at a random point on our template, it's stopping about right here. We just have to make sure that we cut the next piece just exactly right, you know, for the next part, and on, which gets kind of complicated when you're dealing with like lots of plywood on a dirt floor. But there you go. I think that's how we're gonna do it. Are you nervous, hon?
Yeah, a little bit, but not too much.
I think the only thing that's making me nervous is just that this plywood is not cheap. It's probably like 40 or 50 bucks a piece right now, which, you know, lumber is just so expensive. So it's just a lot more expensive than in past times. It's not easy. You know, plywood is not cheap wood to replace now. It's, you know, we don't want to get it right, so we don't have to repurchase it.
Good morning. 7 o'clock. I'm tired. Emma is too. Right now, what do we gotta do? I forgot. We have to clean the floor and start insulating it. And then we'll finally finish putting on the plywood or screwing it in. Very exciting. Anyway, PSA for Emma. I love you. You're great. Keep doing some good work. I can't speak English correctly right now. Coffee hasn't kicked in yet, but you're the best.
Hello guys, another morning on the van bill. Right now Vincent is vacuuming out this whole floor so that everything is clean and ready for our installation. We have all this foam board here that we're going to use for a majority of it, and then we'll fill in the rest with wool. We just want to use only wool because we're trying to preserve our wool for the walls and the ceiling. So that's kind of where we're at. I'm just kind of waiting for Vince to be done, and then I can plow ahead with getting all this stuff installed. And then maybe this morning we'll even have time to drill the plywood down. If we don't, we'll just have to do it this evening, or I can try to do it on my own. I'm kind of afraid. But I can try to do it on my own too, as long as we get the template back in. We'll see. Hey, hon.
Hello.
How's it going?
Doing okay. Some of those holes are duds.
Yep, that's
So,
okay.
Right now I
knew
just
they would be.
decided to just ditch this as soon as possible, so I'm just doing the perimeter, and then if it needs to be reinforced, I'll just do my best to find the studs.
Yeah. Sounds good. Okay. Awesome. We're using this template. It was a lot easier to see the beams from not underneath the plywood, so we're doing our best without having like a stud finder or anything. It's a challenge. Well, this is pretty much it for me because it's one of those weird nights where I just don't really have that much that I can help with. We only have one drill and we're actively working on the floor, so I can't be like doing insulation or anything else really while Vincent's doing that. And after that, he's prepping for the solar panel installation tomorrow, which I'm thinking we might be able to get done in the morning. He bought all of these little outdoor like weather connectors, and he is having to cut down our wires to size and attach the connectors the right way. These are the wires that will string the solar panels together on our roof, and then the wires will feed down into the van, into like our whole power bank with our batteries and stuff. And the internal wires will be different, but these ones have to be ones like special waterproof ones, weatherproof ones I should say. So anyway, he's having to prep them himself because it's just so much cheaper, according to him, to do it yourself than to buy them. The ones that we'd want to buy would be absurdly expensive. So anyway, that's what he's working on tonight, and I feel utterly useless, but that's okay. I have a new pair of socks to knit. I finished one of Vincent's socks. My policy is I do one sock, and then I take a break, and then I do the other sock. So I like to have multiple socks going at a time. I've realized different pairs on different needles. So I actually have another pair that I need to finish too that I probably should do while I still have it in my head, but I already started a new one for myself because my mom got me this awesome 52 Weeks of Socks book that is really fun, and I'm doing the first one. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off here for the night. Check back tomorrow morning for solar panels. I'm so excited to get that done. Oh my gosh. Then we'll be done with everything on the roof, and we can really start like wiring the van and, you know, finalizing the layout and doing all of the other like construction stuff. All this initial stuff is kind of what takes time, but we're almost done with it now. Okay, cool. I keep talking, but I am genuinely very excited, and I feel like there's so much to share, so thanks for coming along. Okay, bye. Hey guys, it's what, Thursday?
Yes.
Yesterday was a total bust.
It was a dud.
It was a bad day. We had a hard time. It was a bad day. Basically, we spent like an hour trying to figure out the multimeter, only to realize that it was just literally on the wrong setting. Because we were thinking, like, is it faulty? Is $50? Vincent cut right through the packaging so we couldn't return it. So we were like desperately trying to figure it out. It was just on the wrong setting. So that was annoying. Which meant that we spent all of our good morning time, instead of installing our solar panels, we spent trying to make sure that they work and that the cords that Vincent made work, and it was all just kind of a total cluster. So, that being said, we had to come back today and do it. Last night there was no sunlight, so we couldn't test them and put them up either. So we finally got it today. Vince, do you want to show? Let's see our voltage. So we have 5 solar panels that'll put out about 20 volts
per panel.
20 volts per panel in series, because that's the only way that we can do it.
Yeah,
with
so
5.
If any of you guys are interested about solar panel stuff, very short, you have series or parallel, or the combination of both, series parallel. I wanted to do the latter, except you cannot do it with mismatched panels. So I cannot do it with 5 panels. I have to do it with either 4 or 6, the setting I wanted to do. So back to series it is. And I know some people are saying, well, but what if you get shade into one panel, blah, 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 blah. But you can actually turn out a whole lot more power in series than in parallel overall.
And we have a lot of battery, which means that we will have stored power most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we'll hardly ever use up all the power in our batteries.
Yeah, and especially because, you know, with all the oh, I know.
Hey, bud. No.
Ah, mosquito. Meow meow. Meow meow. So especially knowing that, like, with all the monitoring tools and the Bluetooth sensors and etc., we'll know if it's not getting any juice, so we can move or we can just adjust whatever is up there. I'm not worried about that, so we'll see. And if we hate it, we could always just rewire it. I have a bunch of wire that I can cut and rewire exactly how we need to.
Amazing. Okay, solar panels are all drilled into place just using the screws that came with these, and they're super awesome, and yay! So the last thing we need to do is put like waterproofing adhesive all over here to make sure it's weatherproof. Hey everyone. So I just finished getting at least one layer of sealant on the roof, and I'm exhausted. I'm sweaty. I don't think I've ever sweat so much, and you can't really see it anymore, but just literally dripping sweat. But it's supposed to rain this afternoon, so we wanted to get at least one layer on just in case. So I will show it to you later, but for now, I'm gonna go shower. I'm gonna sit in the AC for a little bit and feel better. And I also have really horrible period cramps, so that makes everything a lot less fun also. Hi friends. Hey bud. Meow. Are you hungry? He's yelling at me. Okay, it's been a few days since I last filmed because it's been raining, so we haven't really been able to do anything. I did get that one coat of adhesive on here just in time for the rain, and then hopefully I can finish that today. I'm just gonna be doing a couple more coats. I just want to show you, look how low profile these solar panels are. I am so happy with them. You barely even notice them. Like, you'd only notice them if you're really knowing what to look for. And I think if I saw this out, I would even question it still. Be like, is that a van life fan or no? Because between the fans and solar panels being so low profile, it is very stealthy. Dude, stop yelling at me. Somebody wants breakfast. Why are you yelling, huh? Yeah, you're a good boy. You are a good boy. I'm sorry I can't bring you inside and love you and you forever. Anybody want to adopt a really sweet kitten? Or 3? Yeah. You're a good boy. He loves neck scritches. That's his thing. Can you hear him purring? Okay, so yeah, I'm ending this vlog here because all I'm doing is putting on some adhesive today. I did finish as much of the insulation on the ceiling also as I could do, which you'll see later. Vincent and I have to work together to install the last of it because it needs 4 hands. And the last thing that I wanted to show you is what we did pick up from Home Depot the other day is our fridge, because it came in. We went with a much bigger fridge than you're gonna see in most vans, like a lot bigger. Most vans either have little chest fridges or those little tiny Dometic ones that look like tiny little dorm fridges, like beverage fridges. I don't know how anyone lives full-time in something like that, to be honest. I don't know. We can't imagine it. Non-negotiable for me when it came to a fridge, which I feel like is a really important part of living off-grid, is having a way to store food, right? Like, otherwise you can't have fresh food, you can't have condiments. Like, fridges are kind of important, and freezers are really important because that's how you keep, you know, like long-term storage type of foods. And Vince and I are both big on ice. We love ice, so that's kind of important too. Anyway, so like having a separate freezer was like a non-negotiable for me. I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked. Our budget kind of went up and up and up as we realized what it was going to cost to get a really good fridge. And I finally found one that has great reviews for really good energy efficiency, which means that it's built well. You know, it keeps things cold without using too much power because it's not constantly leaking or, you know, whatever. Anyway, I found one. It's by this brand called Unique. It's an off-grid RV, like solar DC power fridge. And it was about $1,100, and I think it's gonna be great. It's like half the price of the more well-known brands. There's one Norcold or something like that, and Dometic are like the biggest, like top tier brands, and they're double the price. So this one is like not a well-known brand, but it looks really good. So it's by this brand called Unique. I just want to show you. It's 50 inches tall, 22 inches deep, and 19 inches wide. So it is going to make up a huge portion of our kind of cabinet space, but it's worth it because it's a lot of our food storage, which we need. So here she is. We are so excited. I know this is not a good view with the light, but this is the best we're going to do right now, people, because we can't do anything about bringing this outside or something. So here's your freezer. A nice big freezer, super awesome. And then fridge. Super great. I'm so excited and happy with it. It's gonna be awesome. I also just got, this is not a project that I'm gonna be doing right this instant, but I did find this. Me and my mom were at this like antiques place that also has some like booths that other people will sell stuff. Anyway, I found this slick stick, which is what everyone uses to paint appliances, because I hate this bright white. I only bought a bright white fridge after I was sure that I could paint it. So I might just be painting it the same color as our walls, which are going to be more of like a off-whitey beigey, just like soften the really bright white that this is, because it just clashes with everything, really. I hate it. So, and also with our stainless steel sink, which is going to be right across from it, about 2 feet away. Anyway, I just think toning this big thing down might be good. So I did get slick stick, and I will be painting this at some point whenever we have our stuff for our walls. I will do this at the same time. But yeah, I'm super happy with it. She is giant and she is beautiful. So this was the last thing that we picked up. It was one of our last big purchases for appliances. You know, we've already got our toilet, we've got our sink, we've got our, well, we still have to get our stove, but that's probably $100 or $200. It's not, propane stoves are not expensive. So yeah, cool. Okay. That's where we're leaving off for today. This next week, just to tell you what's coming up, now that we finished solar panels, everything works, we will be focusing totally on the inside. I have been binging videos on framing out your van, because that's what's going to be happening next. We've got a miter saw that we borrowed from a family member. We've got our table saw. We've got our jigsaw. So we have everything we need. Oh, and our pocket hole jig. We've got everything we need to be able to frame this van out. It seems pretty straightforward. You just need to be really careful about making sure that you install support beams for the cabinets that you're going to build later. So I have to think through all of that. And then also just lots and lots of measuring. So much measuring. So that'll be this next video. Lots of measuring, lots of cutting, lots of installing wood beams into our van. And then it'll really start to look like something you could live in, which is exciting. Cool. Okay, so catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. It's been fun. It's been a grand old time. We are so happy with this last 2 weeks and how much work we've gotten done, and can't wait to get it all done because I'm already very tired. Bye. Okay, not great?
Okay, not great. This is very nerve-wracking.
It is nerve-wracking, but it looks good so far, babe.
Fortunately, it's pretty forgiving because there's going to be lap sealant all around.
Yep.
Just it needs to fit, that's all.
Yeah, as long as it's big enough to fit. Dun dun dun! Hole successfully cut. Vincent's gonna...
Hi!